Come on, come on, come on. Give me some energy and bring it in. I'm not going to bow you in and everything like a regular class. This is going to be more informal, but we're going to learn lots of great stuff. And first of all, anybody who did bring their dad with them, that is a regular student here, introduce your dad to everybody. Go ahead, Sensei Ali.
To Burn 2, many years ago. He was in the Army, 101st Airborne. And he's now a nurse, and so he's here to start kicking butt again. And we're all gonna help convince him to come back to nurse.
Andrew, you want to introduce your father? He's trained here too, but you want to introduce him anyway? All right. Who else wants to introduce their dad? I know there's some dads in here. Come on, kids. I'm giving you a chance to say something nice about your dad. Come on. Huh? Right. Who's going to talk about Abe? Teamwork. All right. What I want to talk about today, obviously, this all started just because Sensei Ali said, hey, I want to do something for Father's Day for the seminar this month. And so I came up with the idea for this seminar. And originally it was just a Father's Day thing. And then I said, hey, you don't have to be a father. Come on, anybody come. Unfortunately, we didn't do a really good job of promoting it long enough. But I will tell you this, even though you're a relatively small group, tell you something that I used to say to every one of my classes. Because if you go back 10, 15 years here, this was true all the time. Like they were all small. And I would say, so I mean, actually more than that, maybe 20 years ago when we were relatively new, and I would say, you know, small class, but all the good ones are here. So congratulations for being here. Give yourself a big hand. I'm going to make up what techniques we work on today, just kind of based on the crowd, right? So, but I do have a specific subject matter we're going to be teaching on. It's on the subject of grit. Grit is an ancient ideal, an ancient idea that is like as ancient as me. Like back in my day, people believed that grit was an important thing. And I have to tell you, it still is, of course. And grit, today we're going to kind of define what that word really means, because people use it in a lot of different ways, but we're going to define it through a lot of other words. And the first one, in fact, is resilience. The first word I want to put up here is resilience. That's definitely one of the overarching actual definitions of grit. And what resilience means is that the person with grit, the person with resilience, just doesn't quit. I'll give you guys a hint to some content that I haven't actually even put out yet, but I'm going to do a lesson on this. I'm a feller. I'm a feller. I didn't say I'm a failure, but I'm a feller. I guarantee I have failed many, many more times than all my competitors that have gone out of business in the 25 years that I have continued. Because it's not like Grandmaster Smith tells me all the time. It's not how many times you fall down. It's how many times you get back up that matters. And so that's what resilience is about. Resilience is about the never quit attitude. It's an attitude of I will until. It's an attitude like it might be hard now, but if I can make it through this time, then when it gets easy again, it's going to be better. So in fact, after a little warm up, maybe we'll start with a resilience drill. But let's do a little bitty warm up first of all. Sensei James, do squat punches. Squat punches to start. The great Sensei James from Port Richey.
Keep your feet. Pull them double shoulder width apart. Hands up. Now, as you come down, get those hips nice and deep. And then as you come up, you're going to throw your jab cross. Come right back down. Come up, throw your jab cross. Come right back down. Everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
So,
And every time you do the cross, I want you to say 1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir.
so. Up, down, up, 2, sir. Down, up, 3, sir. Down, up, 4,
You
sir.
don't have to say up anymore, they'll assume. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. That's like, yeah, go.
Sir. Sir. 9, sir. 10,
All right, same, still doing the squats, but this time, every time you come up, so let's squat together. This time, every time you come up, I want you to do a 360 defense. The one hand's blocking and the other hand's striking. Okay, and you're going to change hands every time. Okay, so go down with me. And I'm going to use my left, but you'll start with your right. My right hand will be punching. You'll punch with your left. Okay, ready? Okay, now down and up and down and up and down and up. Now you can start counting. Down, 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 down. Last one. No, down. All right, all right, all right. Come up here, Sensei Winston, quick. Stretch them out, like 2 minutes worth of stretching their legs. Their legs especially, yeah.
All right, put your feet over apart and reach down to the floor.
Sit down, put them in a.
We're going to take a knee.
Thirteen, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
And down the butt. One leg in, one leg out. And reach your toes, try to get your nose to your toe. And count.
1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir.
Just
10, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
each leg.
1,
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
Change legs. We're gonna do that leg one more time. Now, I want you to notice something. One leg out. One leg out. I want you to notice, this time, instead of putting one hand on your ankle, or shin, or foot, or knee, however far you can reach, I want you to have both hands on that leg. Everybody put both hands on the ankle, shin, knee, or foot, however far you can reach down, but grab the leg. Because now you can use that to pull a little bit. You're not gonna pull hard, but notice when you have both hands, you'll feel it in the back, both sides. If you have just the one arm, see how that relaxes that part. You want to stretch the entire back. So you want both hands out there. Count to 10.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
Change legs.
Sir.
Both hands now. Breathing is important when you're doing these exercises. You inhale before the stretch, so big deep breath. Exhale as you go out, both hands on the leg. Count it.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
Okay, bring both feet in, go ahead, sir. Both feet together. Bring them nice close and try and touch your knees to the ground. And then put your, once again, put your nose to your toes and use your elbows to push down the legs. Big breath, inhale. Big breath, exhale as you go down. We're gonna do 20 this time. Count it.
1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, 4 strike, 5 strike, 6 strike, 7 strike, 8 strike, 9 strike, 10 strike, 11 strike, 12 strike, 13 strike, 14 strike, 15 strike, 16 strike, 17 strike, 18 strike, 19 strike, 20 strike.
Good job.
All right, clap it up. Good job. Everybody warmed up good enough? So what did I say? What did I say, ma'am, was what resilience means? What's the important part of resilience? To never what? Who can help her? To never what? To never give up, to never quit. That's one part of resilience. Who has some other ideas on what resilience means? Because that's one part. One part is to not quit, and there is one more part at least. The one I'm fishing for is the acronym WIT. What does WIT mean, Sensei Ali? Whatever it takes. So this next drill demonstrates that a little bit. I'm going to see if my wrist is really healed well enough by trying this. Come here, Sensei Winston. Take your belt off. Sensei James, hold the pad. So this drill is called the dog meat drill. And what we do is I put this thing around my hands. Yeah, right? I put this thing around my hands, and what I'm going to try to do, this is going to hurt for me, all right, is try to hold back Sensei Winston from getting to that pad. Now, you just keep the pad up on your chest. There you go, just like that. Now, Sensei Winston, so yeah, you might want to go, you might want to, yeah, make sure you're, oh, he thinks you're nothing, Sensei. All right, now he can use punches, he can use elbows, he can use knees, he can use anything that's straight. Obviously, he can't kick Sensei James on the sides or anything like that, all right? So you guys can yell for him once we start this, or actually yell for me to try to hold him back. Or Jonathan, if I get in trouble, come help me. All right, ready? Ready? Oh,
Come on. Come on. Get to that pad. Come on. Come on. Dig in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
stop stepping towards him.
Come on.
All right, clap it up. And you notice, now in the case of Sensei Winston, we were actually having a contest too. But even if I was working with Andrew, come here, Andrew. Take your belt off. By the way, Father Sunday is my son. Give him a big hand. The reason I called you next is because I remember when he was your size. That was a long time ago. Not that long, really, though. Goes fast. See, even if I was holding for Andrew, like when Dad's holding for Andrew, this is the way the drill should look. Cheer for Andrew, too.
Come on. Come on. Hit that back. Hit that back. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Get hard, Andrew. Dig in, dig in. Dig in, Andrew.
Come on, get to that back. Come on. Dig deep. Get to that back, Andrew. Come on, get to that back. Come on, keep going. Hit hard. Come on. Come on. Come on, Andrew. Come on.
All right, clap it up. Now, what's the point when I caught up Andrew? What was the point I was making? What did you observe? What did you notice about me? Because you have to do it with your partner. Your partner should find the drill hard, but not impossible. What we want is to teach resilience. Resilience is that thing where I'm going to do whatever it takes to hit this pad, and I don't care how many times he pulls me, I'm going back to it. But he has to taste the dog food every once in a while. He's got to get to the meat. Because until somebody is trained in resilience, if they experience failure all of the time, instead of learning to be resilient, they might just learn to quit. We have to be very careful what we train them to do. We want to give them progressively harder resistance, but not make it where they fail all the time. Now, I also shouldn't just let him get it all the time, because now he doesn't understand that life is hard. Everybody understand? All right, everybody get a partner. Get. You're going to need some of these too. Groups of three, groups of three. But you can use your imaginary partner if you need to. Can you get me hooked up? Make sure I'm hooked up here for music. If you're a family unit, then it's easy to figure out who should be together. There we go. All right. Here we go, right here, Ron. If you have group of three, take these so we know you're a group of three. Okay. Sensei Winston, right there. Right there, Sensei Winston. And you're right here. Right here, sir. Yep. All right. We good? Got my music ready? Thank you, sir. Or do you want to do it? You want to drill with them? Oh, Blanca, do you want to do it or no? Okay, okay. Yeah, come on, looking good. Sensei Winston, I told you you'd get your workout today. Come on, Abe, go get some. I like it, I like it. I like it. Wow, nice. Go on. Help him. Oh, man, Andrew, you're getting strong. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it. Ray. You got to get this one. From this side. The kid's face is priceless. Andrew's face. Come on, I lost track of the time. That's no excuse for you to stop. Come on. Clap it up. Come on, clap it up. I said clap it up. Man, listen, take a knee. Touch stand set. Let's give you a second chance to say take a knee, sir. Take a knee. That sounded good. Give yourself 2 claps. What I wanted to tell you is there's a teachable moment in every moment. And let me tell you, that was awesome work for the people that were in the chute. Tell you what wasn't awesome work, and the reason I kept making you do it again. None of you were clapping for them. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They worked hard. They didn't quit. And you weren't even encouraging them so that they would want to do it again. You know, just as important as making sure that we have people in our life that are going to hold us accountable and help us be better when we fall, help pick us up when we fall, we also need people encouraging us and making us realize that we can do something and recognizing when we do it. So you got to be cheering each other on in this drill, but more importantly in life. Because watch this, kids. Look around at the voice of wisdom. How many of you have had situations that were really hard in your life? Ones that like scared you to your core. Oh, you've had it already? That was just when dad gets mad at you. No, no, but you see, we all have those times. How many look back on and realize that sometimes what was going on was we needed to get through that to get to another level. Just like this drill, the strength to keep coming back and hitting hard and not give up and do whatever it takes. And having people that are going to be in your corner cheerleading you on through the adversity. That's how you get stronger every time. Okay. Now, by the way, just to reinforce the lesson I'm teaching right now behind the resilience, because right now I'm talking to coaches and people that are leaders in people's lives. How many of you have had somebody really negative that you could never do anything right in your life? Well, not even really drill sergeant, because they were hard on you, but they weren't negative to the point where you didn't feel encouraged to do it. They also inspired us to action. Now, granted, at the beginning, they're scary as hell and all that, but what I'm saying, I mean, some of you know what I'm talking about, a more negative, where it's so negative that what you do is stop trying. And I don't know about you, but I never want to be that person in somebody's life. Oh, now, by the way, I didn't plan that. By the way, the opposite is equally insidious. See, being the negative parent or teacher or coach or whatever, boss, would mean that you're holding the thing back all the time just because you can. But also, letting the person hit the pad all the time isn't the right answer either, is it? Because now what message does the student get in that version? That life is easy, and it's not. So the balance is knowing when to pull and when to let go. When to let your person that you're coaching experience some success and feel good about it, and when to challenge them hard again. Because that perfect balance is what helps us go on. I got to tell you, I still go through stuff all the time. And Grandmaster Smith is great at what I'm telling you. He always gives me just enough hard and just enough encouragement. All right. The next thing we got 2 more people to go, but don't worry. In fact, we're going to do that first. You thought you were going to get off easy. Next person, go. Are we ready? Oh, this is going to be great watching Jaden try to hold Scott. All right, ready. Don't worry, I got a special song for you, Jaden. You'll be good. All right. Don't worry, I get this song especially for you, Jaden. Yeah, Sensei Winston. Don't give up. Don't give up. Oh, don't get him out the window. Oh, clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Come on, clap it up. All right, last one. Oh, man. Let's see if the last one's going to be the best one. Get ready over here. Yeah, good for you. Go over there. Come on, go over there. Let Jonathan hold you. Nice. Nice. All right, Sensei Winston, I'm just waiting for you to get it once or twice. Then we'll be done. Come on, come on, come on, come on, Sensei Winston. Yeah, yeah. Ray. Yeah. All right, clap it up. I say clap it up. All right, everybody down, push up. I'm just kidding, but let's try one more time. Clap it up. All right, all right, all right. Put the pads away for a second. Hey, did you guys like that? You guys all worked really hard. You demonstrated your resilience. And of course, that's just an example, right? Because last question, I've been doing questions and answers here. How many of you have gone to do some stuff where that really applied, but then you did make it out through the other hand and get to, yeah, I like it. All right, clap it up. The second piece of grit that I want to put, like some of these are going to seem like I'm forcing something, but I'm really not. And because I'll explain each one. The second one I'm calling focus first. Because we know focus, the first black belt superpower, we know how important it is when we are proacting upon life, when we are setting our goals. And, you know, for example, you set the goal to be a black belt. And you know that as long as you train like a black belt, you make your 2 to 3 classes a week and you don't quit, that you will realize that vision. And you know that focus is a big part of that. It's a big part of everything. But for the context in grit, here's what I'm telling you. Focus has been the thing that's kept me going sometimes. Because when all the bad things are happening, you get a choice. The choice you get is, will I focus on the problem or will I focus on the future? Will I focus on my goal? Will I focus on the solution instead of the problem? So right in the midst of the adversity, we have to focus. We have to focus. Now, look, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 different things to choose from. If you're very driven and you're trying to accomplish something great, you know, then you're looking at that. You're focused on that. But maybe not. Maybe it's not that. But maybe it's your family, and you're going through adversity, and you say, I got to get through this to be the example for my son, to be the example for my daughter. Or maybe it's your faith, and you have to focus on God instead of focusing on the problem. I don't care what it is, as long as the focus isn't on the problem itself. Because energy flows where focus goes, and we get more of what we focus on. So in order to have grit, in order to have resilience, we must also have focus. Okay? Now, who's been really paying attention? Raise your hand. Okay. Bring Aaron up to speed really quickly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Give Aaron a hand. All right. All right. Now let's just go. Most everybody's already a student. Yeah, so we'll keep doing drills because there's nobody here that's like learning a front kick regular for the first time. So we'll just keep doing drills. Come here, Sensei Winston. We're going to start here with the pendulum drill. Okay? Pendulum drill. So his job is to keep kicks on the pad, mostly focusing on speed, but he'll still have power as well, wherever I go with the pad. Okay? And he wants to get to the pad as quickly as possible. So he has to be using the correct weapon. Looks like this. Come on. Put it in hard now. Put it in hard now. Put it in hard now. Come on, put it in hard now. Come on, boy. Kick like he knocked that guy out on the video. Come on. Oh, yeah, like that. Come on, again. Oh, come on, again. All right, top it off. Anybody have any questions on the drill? Which kick, Andrew? Which kick did he use? He used a front kick regular and he used a round kick. But in reality, there's like this infinite number of kicks between 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, right? When we talk about front kick regular, it's 6 to 12. When we talk about a round kick, it's usually like from 3 to 9 or 9 to 3. But in reality, there's a whole lot more dots in that circle. Okay? So you're going, this drill is just to hit as many of them as fast as you can the whole time. Okay? So now you'll be in partnerships of 2, kind of somebody close to you in size. When you have a pad and a partner, take a knee. Okay? You're welcome, sir. You can't be with him now. He's got to be with somebody his own size. You can be with her. Okay, now pad holders, did you understand how to hold the pad?
Sure.
Because that's important too, right? So we want to make sure, first of all, that you notice I never did this. Right now I did do this because honestly, I like to feel the power. If you can't take it through 6 inches of foam rubber, you definitely can't take it on your body, right? But I don't ever want to test this one. All right. So we want to make sure we lean forward like this, right? Can you imagine if Sensei Winston? Oh. But then you'd be focusing on the problem. Everybody go, oh. All right. All right. Are we ready? Are you guys walking or drilling? You're drilling? Well, then you need a pad. All right. Spread out, spread out. Tell you what, let's pretend like it's a real martial arts class since my teacher is here, which means that we should all be facing the right direction. So let's get all the pad holders like I was on this side. And yes, sir.
Actually help everybody.
Oh, okay.
Make sure that we pull the pad wrong.
Yes, sir. Did you guys get that? Grandmaster would like you guys to walk around. And Sensei James is walking around too. All right. So we got 3 peoples to walking around, which means Grandmaster wants to see how good you guys are walking the lines and using brays and encouragement and all that good stuff. Come on, you only got 10 more seconds. You can do anything for 10 seconds. Come on, you only got 9 more seconds. You can do anything for 9 seconds, and you only got 8 seconds left. 8 seconds. You can do anything for 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I can't believe anyone wants to quit. Class on grit. You better go in. 2, 1, and top it up. Switch, change places. Oh. Yeah, man, your dad is beating you, Sensei Ali. Come on. You better come on. I can't believe after all these years, your dad is bringing smoke on you. Come on. Come on. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 3/4, 1.5. All right, guys. Drop the pads right in the middle. We'll probably end up using those again. But come up here real quick. Sit down. You can stretch or lock it up. I wanna review and move forward. So, resilience. Who can tell me what resilience is? Sensei Ale.
Never give it up and do it with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Gritty people bounce back. They do it again and again. And how many times do they do it? Many as it takes until it's done. Give yourself 2 claps. And then focus first. How does that pertain to the lesson of grit and resilience? Since I can't answer all the questions here too. Yes. Focus on the go. Give Artemis 2 claps. Did you have something different?
Yeah. 10 years.
Yeah, give her a hand. Now,
You can lose focus, so. trying to
Ooh.
keep your eye on-
that is very good, doctor. 2 claps. And all these people are training like backwells. That's right. Focusing forward. And then the third thing I want to talk about is win. Win. What does the acronym WIN stand for? Yeah, what's important now and what's important next? It's about focusing our thoughts while we're going through the thing. Because how many people, again, kids, I do this thing where the adults get to answer so that you can see the voice of wisdom. How many people have been in situations, where it was hard just to figure out what to do because it seemed overwhelming? You felt overwhelmed. Well, that's why we got to focus on what's important now and then what's important next. It helps us organize our thoughts and organize our emotions and organize our efforts in a way that move us in the direction that we want to go, not the one we don't want to go. You know, a lot of what I'm teaching today, you probably noticed this really kind of probably made a lot of you think about the 10-90 rule. Life is 10% what happens and 90% how we react to what happens. But we're going a little deeper and making you understand how you do this. Because it's not like unlike these drills. Even that last one, what did I do to you in that last one? Did anybody really perceive what I did? Yes, ma'am. Yes, but here's what I did. I'll give you a hint. When I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, they did this to us several times before I finally figured out, do not assume where they're finishing. Because we used to go on a run and you'd be getting back to your barracks and you'd already run 5, 6, 7 miles and you're getting back to your barracks and everybody's like, oh, finally. And they just take you, and they might take you another couple miles because they want to see who's going to quit. See, because the person had the finish line and quit prematurely or wanted to quit prematurely. The ones that fell out quit prematurely. So that's what this drill was too. I was doing that to you to see, were they just waiting to get to, but no, not any of you. Not any of you, like I said in my email, not you. You guys have grit. You understand what it takes to keep on winning. Give yourself 2 claps. All right, let's do another drill. Sensei Winston, come out here and pick the next one. Teach something, whatever you want. Combination on these shields or a drill with the shields, or we can go to something else.
I'll do the
Okay, let's see it. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Well, you need some big guys to hold for you then. Sensei Jane, Sensei James, and Jonathan, and Abe, and Jaden.
This way, so what this drill is I'm in the middle, there's one person in the front, two on the side.
You guys move back this way.
And whenever they call my name, I kick in whatever direction they call us. You're in the front. I need.
There we go. That is four.
I'm
No, that's what you need.
whoever calls my name, says they with me. Something with it. 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 Something with it.
And give my hand. All right, so now we need groups of 5 for this. See if you can figure it out. We got enough sensei around that we can make it work. All right, groups of 5, go. And do we even have enough pads to do this? So you might have to do walking around instead. Okay.
Oh, we don't know if that's.
Well, that's just, you can do the one where you just walk around some. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, listen to Andrew using that magical language of respect. He is training like a black belt. Give him 2 claps. Ah! Give her a pad. There's got to be another pad here. Give her something. Or tell her not to do that. Have them walk around. Switch! Clap it out. Go, go, go. All is good. Switch!
Can I grab my hand feel?
We got to be almost done with this. I wish I would better choose this one. It's like, I think there's only one more person, right? Switch! If you're in a group of 3, let somebody go again. Last one. Go. All right, clap it up. All right, put the pads down neatly down the middle of the floor again and come on back up here. And take a knee. Good work, guys. You guys are training like black belts. Give yourself a hand. All right, we're not doing that drill. You guys are thinking about that crazy drill. Straight line down the middle. Straight line down the middle, like nice and neat. Grandmaster Smith likes order. He's going to yell at me later. Come on, come on. All right, there you go. Good. All right. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is action orientation. Action orientation. Now look, watch. I'm going to also give you a little test of art history. Okay. There's this statue, and the statue is like this. Right? Something like that. What's that guy's name? Ma'am. The thinker. Oh, what's his name? No. Nobody knows his name. You know why nobody knows his name? Because he spent all his time thinking. Action orientation means once we have a plan to deal with our problem, the most important thing is taking immediate and aggressive action. Immediate and aggressive action. We cannot become victims of the thing. Well, there's something going on behind the scenes there. Yeah. That's us with our tennis cards. We got chewed out on our tennis cards today. Don't worry, we'll fix it. We cannot become the victims of analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis, where you're thinking about the problem. See, this is another version. This is the most important version of the focus first. Because just making the plan, making the goal, making the whatever is important, but it doesn't mean anything until you take action. Yes, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, next drill. Sensei James, I'm going to let you and Sensei Winston demonstrate together for this one. Come on, Sensei Winston. Grab the pad. You can hold for Sensei James first if you want. Since you've done most of the exercise, you hold it. All right. So you're going to start with KMA combo 2, okay, until IKEA. Then you're going to do the rest of 3 to the clinch and knee, but then you continue the clinch and knee until IKEA again. Okay. You guys can yell for him and stuff. Okay. Good. Go. KMA combo 2. Good. Oh! Oh! Great. Now you can never do that one without getting a chance to give it back. So make sure you have a part. All right. Well, you better give him extra now because he really threw the gauntlet on that one. Okay, make combo 2. Go. Come on, come on. Finish strong, finish strong. Oh. Yeah. Finish strong, finish strong, finish strong. And clap it off. Good work, men. All right, get a partner. Get a partner you're not afraid to take that from. Now, by the way, on holding for the knees, what's the most important safety thing? That you keep the pad on your body. Keep the pad on your body and breathe out, right? Because it's when you move it away or something that it gets more dangerous. All right, ready? Let's get some over here. Let's get some over here. Good. Yeah. Look at you go. Give it 5. Oh. Oh. Elbow. Throw an elbow now. Elbow. And clinch your knee. Clinch your knee. Hold him, hold him, hold him. Ah! Come on, come on. Back to 2. Back to 2. Back to 2. Let's say Winston, get ready to hope for him. You're going to hope for her, right? Switch! Clap it up! And just come over here with your sister and you guys get to take a break, all right? Ready, ready, ready! Go! You guys sit down if you're going to. Just sit down and watch. Watch your mom. Watch your mom. Cheer mama on. Yes, sir. Oh. All right, clap it up. Come on back. Come on back. Man, this is better than a Tony Robbins seminar. You come on, come on, come on, come on. You guys are getting in state. Come on over so you can learn the next thing. The next thing you might be surprised to hear, especially it's kind of funny that my teacher was talking to one of my students about the character stripes earlier. Because the next one is character. Because our consistency of integrity, of humility, and certainly about what we do when the going gets tough is the thing that people call character. But like I learned from my teacher, character is really just a habit. It's a bunch of habits. Character is a bunch of habits put together. Habits like discipline, habits like respect, habits like all the things that you do on your character sheet and the black belt superpowers that we talk about. And here's the thing. Like Scott, I know is a big time military fan. He not only is a veteran, but he loves military history. He loves it, right? He sends stuff to me all the time. Well, here's the thing. Whether you're talking about a military hero or you're talking about a hero like Giuliani during 9/11, see, character is not ever developed in the crisis. It's revealed in the crisis. Character has to have been developed ahead of time. You can't step up and be a hero. I mean, sometimes that happens, but it's the exception to the rule. Usually it's somebody that's been prepared for a time such as this. Right? And you can go all throughout history and find examples. Winston Churchill's one of my heroes. You can find
Saved Giuliani and 15 other people that were trapped in the bottom of the building when it collapsed.
and he's one of his martial arts friends. And I don't know if he was a student or was. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But see, he was already a black belt. See, so he had character. He had character, and the character was revealed in the time of crisis. So the character development program, like, furthest thing from something for kids.
Text from Captain Kung Chow, he sent me an invitation to his swearing in as the Undersecretary of the Navy.
Yeah.
Vietnam refugee came to this country when he was 8 years old. Trained with us till second degree black belt. Was in our instructor training program. Went to Annapolis, graduated, and went into the demolition diver and underwater demolition rescue operation. And one of the most decorated underwater demolition dive rescues.
Well, thank you, sir. And I don't think that Captain Cow would mind me sharing this because he told us the story. But remember, I just said you can't develop the character when you need it. You got to have done it ahead of time. He told a story that the first time he went to Annapolis, he failed out. And he said that he had learned how to deal with it when Grandmaster Smith failed him on a black belt test one time. That's the story he told us at Annapolis when we were visiting there. And, you know, that's how character.
The first one to flunk out, and be admitted back in. And it was because he kept one call after another and never stopped for like a year.
What a great resilience story. Well, what a great resilience story, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, sum it up.
Since he was 8 years old.
Hmm.
These are the type of.
We should be getting this on. Can you? All right. Give Grandmaster Smith a hand. Yeah, you know, I'm always so grateful that he's here sewing into us every time he comes. And you know, look, he just gave us a plan to fix some problems we've been having this year. And so everything, I don't know if you know this, but maybe some of you know this about whatever you do too. A lot of times you're teaching for your students, for your employees, for your family, and for you. Got to remember the same things, right? If you're going to do it. So the point is, we're going to use all this resilience to implement the plan that Grandmaster Smith just helped us make to do what we got to do. All right, and one more. Should we do one more drill, or are you guys about drilled out? A self-defense drill? Okay.
That's true.
Last drill. All right. A self-defense drill. An easy one or a challenging one?
The one that recommended it, give the one that she wanted to do on her.
Oh yeah, what do you want to do?
White red, we have a white belt? Right. I was gonna say like a night shot drill.
Oh no,
We're not gonna do that.
we're not gonna do that. But no weapons. There's a bunch of little kids in here and stuff. But maybe what about rear naked choke side headlock drill? Come here, Sensei Ali. All right. We're gonna use Decker, demonstration, explanation, correction, repetition. I'm gonna let Sensei Ali teach. I'm not gonna ask you all if you need a review because everybody can use a review. Okay. So by the rules of Decker, she'll do it full speed first, not full power. But and then she'll break it down and teach what she did. All right.
All right, so I'm doing the rear naked choke. As I see his hand coming, first thing I want to do is tuck and turn my chin so that he can't lock it in. At the same time, I'm going to shoot both hands all the way up, turning my whole body. Get the eye jelly if I can. Bring my hands down to the knot and pull down. I'm going to lift my shoulder up, keeping my head as close to his body as possible. Shoot this leg out, give birth to my head, get some more counterattacks, and then disengage and assess.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. What do you think, Dad? She's come a long way, huh? Oh, you didn't realize it. Ah, good. Yes. And that's the side headlock. Now, if you're pretty new, you should probably just focus on learning those things. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. And this is a relatively easy one, right? So first of all, though, you have to know how to give the attack, because if you know that makes it hard for her to defend correctly. Yeah. If I attack her like this, it's a buddy picture, right? All right. So I have to put my hip in front and I have to actually pull her. That's why she has to step not to fall to the ground. Okay. So when I pull, what do we always give? Abe, what do we always give in Krav Maga? First principle.
Identify immediate danger.
Yeah. Well, yes, but simultaneous and violent counterattack. So as I pull her, she hits me in the groin, pulls her fingers across the bridge of my nose into my outside eye, pulls her elbow to her hip, punches me in the throat, and goes home to safety. Okay. All right. Any questions? You want to do it a few times in the air, anyone? Let's do it a few times in the air. Come on, Sensei Ali. Facing the same way as them.
Alrighty, so we're going to pretend that they are coming over. Their arm is coming around this way. So we're going to be stepping and striking with our right side. All right, so they pull us. Number one is we're going to step and our hand is going to come and strike the groin. That's number one. Ready? Return. All right, ready? One. All right, return. Now, at the same time as we're doing that, now we're going to take our left hand and bring it up to where the eyes would be. All right, so now that's number one. Return. Ready? One. All right, from here, we're going to bring our elbow to our hip and standing ourselves up straight. Two. Three, we're going to take our right hand and give them a nice punch to the throat. Three. There we go. And four, we're going to disengage and assess. I like to do that by stepping out and throwing a side kick to their knee before moving away. And making sure I'm scanning my surroundings.
Real quick, I want to take me one. I want to go over one thing over this. If Sensei James, because we talked, it's perfect for this seminar because we talked about resilience. And part of resilience is when plan A fails, you got to have plan B, right? So if when Sensei James pulled me and I struck the groin and I reached for the eyes, he turned his, get where they can see you. He turned his face so that I couldn't get, let's go through all the stages though. So if he turned it a little bit, I can't get to the outside eye. Well, maybe I'll still get the inside eye, right? If he turns it even more, then I got the ear or the hair, right? I just need something to get leverage to the neck. You got such a pretty haircut today. Right? So, and by the way, like there's this one, but to be honest, if the person's tough enough to ignore the pressure point, that one's not. So we go here, because even if it's James, see, he tried to resist me. So I had to sink my finger into his eyes. And then, right?
He's trying to be the new tank, sir.
He's telling the story about, I had a student that we called Tank for good reason many years ago. And he didn't tell the story till he was a black belt, but the story happens when he's like an orange belt. And he says, and he's a big, like Jonathan, like big guy. And he goes, when he's telling the story, he goes, and he was a wrestler. That's important to the story. He was a wrestler. So he goes, and when he pulls me into the technique, talking about me, he says, I decide I'm going to test and see if this works. He goes, and when Shihan, they used to call me Shihan, when Shihan's finger sunk an inch into my arm, it was then that I fell in love with him and with Krav Maga. So don't do that to each other. Just be smart enough to acknowledge that it's on your eye. And yeah, the thing is, honestly, there's a good lesson about the uke nage relationship there, right? Because uke's job is to let nage practice his technique. So when all of a sudden it was the other way around, and I go like this to James, and he goes like this. When I feel his fingers on my eyes, I just give it because I understand that he's not hurting me. It's only if I'm not a good uke that nage has to make me realize the mistake and the error in my ways. But that won't happen here. Everybody understand? Because the instructors will do that for you. But yeah. And to be honest, it's a very important point. Because watch this. I mean, James is a beast. He's got a big, huge, there's a lot of you in the room, or you got a super strong neck, and right? So can you imagine if James does this and I have my hand on his forehead like some people practice, and I'm pushing and I'm pushing and I'm pushing? There's no way that I can possibly get him to respond, right? So that's why we use these kinds of areas, so that it doesn't, so it makes the smaller, weaker person able to defend themselves in an otherwise untenable situation. And Bob? Yes, sir.
Like to do, it's okay. If he has the headlock. If I have the headlock, if I'm going down here to loosen his grip. But what happens sometimes, it's not the headlock that hurts. It's when this hand goes away and starts pounding my face. So what I have to do, if the hand is here, I strike, I grab the hand so he doesn't release it and hit me. That way he can't get away. If he has a sleeve, I'll hold his sleeve. Then I can take this finger, look, this one middle finger on his nose. And he wanted to resist. Now his eyes are probably watering. On the nose, everybody take your own finger. Push that on your nose, at the base of your nose. And it doesn't seem like, sir. Here's what I used to do for students. I would tell them my one finger, because I'm a 10th degree black belt, is stronger than your whole body. One finger. I believe it. So all I have to do here is now walk forward. Walk forward. Walk forward. Walk forward. See how you can hold him back? Because there's a pressure point. The more pressure they put on it and you resist with your hand. Now, you don't have to use the one finger, you can use your whole hand. Now I place the whole hand, and then it's like a ridge hand that I'm just placing, but I'm not striking it because that'll break it. I'm just holding it and then there's a pressure point there. So there's certain points on your opponent's body that doesn't require much power or pressure to hurt. You have the base of the nose. You also have in the throat here, in the windpipe. It doesn't take much to poke them into that windpipe. Notice I didn't strike it because that can cause permanent damage. But I do this when I want to back him up. I'll back him up because I'm going to take him down so he'll be off balance. But remember, you don't have to do the eyes. But if you do, I always had my students do like this. So they're driving above the eye so nobody gets a finger in the eye. Because it doesn't take much, especially girls are even more deadly with this.
No, that's right.
Because they don't have short nails like me. They'll have a long nail and it doesn't take much to scratch your cornea. So be careful. Okay, thank you.
All right. So we're just going to practice side headlock as the final drill. Okay, guys? Hey, but first of all, give Grandmaster a hand. That's what happens when you do it so long that Grandmaster's done it. What he was really doing was projecting his chi into the body of these people. It was his internal force that he was So you guys probably can't do that yet, so.
Because from doing it so long, you'll have injuries.
Hmm.
People will, because girl had fingernails.
Yes,
They would do it on the eye and they weren't poking it deep in their eye, but they put it in their eye. And even lightly with the fingernail in the eye.
right,
And now you've got a corneal abrasion
that's sure.
and those are not fun to heal.
So you do have to be very careful in class.
That's for the students who use the nose. And if they're gonna do the eyes, just to grab the bones above the eye.
Well, for today, let's just do the nose. Practice the nose.
Either
You just learned it. Practice the nose today, okay?
But notice we hit to loosen the grip. Secure the hand so it doesn't pound the face, and then you have time to come over with the top hand. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Practice.
Sir?
That also works on cold too,
Ah,
when it pierces the nose.
So that's what happened.
So first one, you probably get English resistance, then first you straight down.
Yeah.
And then you take. To let me know if I can.
Oh, yes, sir. I just haven't been able to do any of that yet. It's been, I've really had to focus on trying to get us. I've really had to focus on trying to get us back on track here. But thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, we do have we do have a graduation coming up, next week, this Saturday.
Saturday,
Yes, sir.
and that'll be over.
At the church, like we always do here.
Very good.
We'll give you I'm sure he gets the graduation flyer before he leaves.
Yes, sir.
He was just coming up reminding me. It's a good thing we have such a great photographer on staff. Thank you. Thank you.
Shoot it.
A little extra step. What you just did? Yeah. Okay. Switch hands. No. You just keep it out here. Here.
Nice. All right, guys, clap it up. And come on over here and sit down to wrap it up. Everybody thank Grandmaster for sharing his wisdom with us today. So I'm going to finish with vision. And again, unless you understand why, you might be thinking about the other vision, right? There's the proactive vision. And here's where they're related though. The vision, if it's strong enough, the desire, if it's strong enough attached to the vision, becomes the why. And it's been said that if the why is strong enough, you can figure out almost any how. So what happens is then when the going gets tough, when things look hopeless, instead of focusing on that, we focus on our why, what we're doing it for. I honestly feel, I will say in transparency, because over the 25 years, I'll tell you two truths. One, like I've said before, in the same time frame, as many schools have come and gone. And almost every time, like even my own people would be like, oh, this is what, like they'd be all stressed out about them. And I'd be like, I don't care what they do. I don't paying attention to what I do. But here's the other thing that I don't say as much as often as transparency. Many, many times I could have lost this place. I mean, I went through real adversity many times. The one that I usually feel comfortable enough sharing about was back in 2009, maybe, like that, the last little mini crisis. I didn't even realize that's what was going on, but I knew that I was in trouble. And I sold my Harley, the Harley that I bought in Germany in 1992 through military card sales in Germany. And I sold her just to get the $10,000 just to keep the door open. And there's been other things like that over the years. You know, the most recent, of course, was the pandemic. So the point is, I was never smarter or, you know, I think that more than any other thing, the thing that kept me going when the competitors would be gone was what we've talked about today. Until Grandmaster Smith started helping me, it definitely wasn't because I knew what I was doing. It was just grit, resilience, and vision on what I believed could be one day. And you know, all of you are walking, talking realizations of that vision. You and your families and the hundreds of others that are here with you, and the thousands of others that aren't even here yet, are all realizations that are part of that. And you, of course, are the best of the best because you're here tonight. So thank you for that. Give yourselves a big hand. But first, I have 3 questions. Did you have fun? Did you get a good workout? Did you learn something new or make something better? Then my job here is what my teacher taught me. Martial arts without philosophy is just street fighting. Touch this it. Sign of the warrior, sign of the scholar. Say, I am a dedicated student of the martial arts. And I live by the principles of black belt. Courtesy, modesty, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and the indomitable spirit. Where are we? What's our goal? What are the 3 most powerful words? Ooh, come on for a great picture. Oh, Ray's there. We're going to get a real good picture. Ray, can you also do one on the camera, though, just so I'll have a fast one? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Grandmaster Smith, come on in. Come on in. Sensei Winston, you come here too. Because gather around.
Bring our little guy in here so he can be seen.
Yeah.
There, get up front.
Which one?
Well, then you have to slide over. Slide down, guys. Slide down.
Good. Come on in tight. Oh, no, tight to each other, shoulder to shoulder.
All right, so now to the left. Take it back now, y'all.
Hey, cheese.
3,
2. You might have a fire. Let's try that cheese again.
cheddar.
Come on, man. Cheddar.
All right.
Colby.
Have a good weekend, guys. Thank you for coming. Sure. Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's get close, like we like each other.
Let's balance this out.
Two, two, 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right, then everyone look at Aaron. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Scott, good to see you again, buddy.
See you
Did
again,
you have
man.
fun? All right.
Smoked, but.
I didn't know I was gonna do all that, but then,
To get under the shirt.
oh, yeah, that's good.
It's there. So
Oh,
that's why I had to lean down.
oh, good. It's great. They're great, though. Thank you. Good to see you. You know, you're always welcome back whenever you're ready. Huh? Oh, yeah, here you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's uploaded, it will upload to the cloud, so I made sure to do it.